Hello, it's Pearl again, and I was going to share some tips for you on PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder and how it affects us and connects to fear of success. So the first thing is, if you haven't actually experienced PTSD, or if you're not quite sure what you're experiencing, it's really about the times when we go through trauma, something so difficult that we can't really experience it at the time that it's happening. So we repress some of that, it goes into our bodies, and we really can't feel the fear, as Susan Jeffers would say, when something's actually happening. And that can happen for a lot of reasons. Sometimes it happens because it's just such an extreme situation, extreme trauma. Sometimes it happens because we're young and we don't have the tools or the understanding to be able to deal with things. And likewise, when we're older, sometimes things happen and we don't have the resources to deal with it. And it's a perfectly normal, natural thing that happens. And I think at the moment, after the pandemic, I think we've all experienced some kind of PTSD because we've been through a global trauma. And one of the things that I like to sort of explain to people when I try and teach this in my trainings is that in some ways it's a bit like grief, in that when we're grieving, perhaps if we've lost somebody, we can consciously know that somebody has died. But while we're in that denial state, and even in the other states of grief, we can't believe that somebody's gone. We can't believe that somebody's died. So we have these two things at the same time, that we know somebody has died, but we can't believe it. And with PTSD, so we could call it a condition that we're suffering from, but there are episodes, if we like, when the fear really comes out, the trauma really comes out. And sometimes it can feel like you're experiencing two states at the same time. So you can consciously know that the trauma is over, that you're safe, that you're okay. But at the same time, you can also experience the trauma at such a level that you even feel that somebody's in the room. So you know, or have two beliefs, two experiences at the same time. One, that you're perfectly safe, and also that there's somebody threatening you in that moment. And that kind of experience can make us feel like we're going crazy, because two things are happening in the same moment. And it's quite a challenging thing for us to deal with. And although PTSD can sometimes feel overwhelming, it can really feel as if we can't get through it. My experience of having got through some pretty heavy duty episodes of PTSD is that we can get through it. And very often, the more we work through, the more we understand it, the easier we find it to go through those episodes of PTSD. Let them pass, let it go, heal from it, and move forward. And we learn that PTSD is something that can happen in our lives, not to be afraid of it, but to just allow it to leave us, heal naturally, and get on with our lives and enjoy life. Okay? See you soon.